spot to wait, Bella.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Baby, you should say that I no longer lead the way. I miss how close we used to be. I'm skeptical about you and me. And when I hear your pace behind, like a whisper in my mind, say what you think and do what you say. It doesn't have to be that way. It won't last, it goes too fast. The die has been cast.
Hello, I'm Michael.
And I'm Grace.
And together we are California Travel Videos. Woo-hoo.
I think we're freezing up just a little bit tonight. Are you cold?
Coolish.
Is
Are
the
you
water
feeling
cold?
cool?
How's
Come
the
on
water?
in. The water's fine.
So let's go ahead and say hello. I see Dee's in the house, and Water Girl is now happy for some reason. I asked her why, and she said, because of the water. And she said the water was fine. So come on in.
Come on in. The water's fine. And happy
we welcome
Water
Chuck.
Girl. She was here first in the house. Thank you for that.
Yes, and we welcome Chuck. He came over from Nomoc. Oh, wow. That's funny. Everybody's talking about Nomoc.
From Coal Grove, Ohio. I wonder what's up with Nomoc.
Nomoc
Mr.
is responsible for giving us this cool hangout that we had this last weekend.
Yes, he did. He's been in and out of town. He's like a moving target. He's a little bit hard to hit, isn't he?
Yes,
a man that wears many hats. James Cantonese is here. Diane Phoenix, good to have you here. And we have Michael Ann, Spoiled Mama. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I am not really exactly sure, but good enough for me. And from Captain Jack's Raid, Journey via, oh, they're going so fast. Lee Lenz, that's a great name. Angie Hayes, Family Adventures. We like adventures. Thank you for being here with us. Sharon Ellis, howdy. And it says, I'm a Nomoc ER, a Nomocker. I like that also. How y'all doing? We are doing good. And we have, as you might guess, a special guest that may be coming today. We will see about that. And Captain Jack Scraper, Mr. Scraper Scrapper himself, Mr. Sexy Man, I like to call him. He doesn't wear much, but what he wears well. Captain Jack, good to have you here, senor.
I'm going to steal something I heard from his show, and I believe it might have been hitched up in tow on a joke that was kind of, well, okay, it is maybe rated 17. So if you're under 17, turn off your ears. But anyway, do you know who's the most popular person at a nudist colony?
The most popular person in the nudist colony. The one who completes the leaps and leapfrog?
No, the one who can carry 2 cups of coffee and a dozen donuts.
I think I get that one. Where did you hear that? I've never heard you say that one, Grace. Did you just make that one up?
I heard it today on Captain Jack's show.
Oh, on Captain, I missed that part of the show. That is so funny.
So,
Captain Jack.
I literally spit out my lemonade, so I had to go get a refill.
He is a prokester. And Captain Jack, if you want to come aboard, or if some of the others want to come aboard, I think we do have some opens. And look at Van Life Gina. She is going to be on at 6.
Girl.
A birthday girl with a special thing happening on her show today. Bottoms up, so to speak, at Gina's show.
And we will be doing an 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock raid over to Van Life with Gina. And we have that linked at the top of our comment section. So you have that available because that's where we're going promptly at 6 p.m.
That is California time, Pacific time.
Oregon
time, excuse me, Oregon time, Gina. And we have Kenneth Oaks, good to have you here as always. One of our top moderators. So good to have you here, bro. Fox Van D, I wonder how things are going for you down in the southern sector there. Life is kind of peachy, and I know that she's got her nice 12,000 BTU air conditioning. Life is much more comfortable. Although, she told us on the interview last week, she says, 90 degrees, no problemo. I'm just about right. So she knows how to keep cool. And Redheaded Riding Hood. Hey, there it is. Another one of our Miss Oregon types there. Was up in Illinois and then Colorado. And we might have some information for you about Colorado coming up. So hang tight for that. Diary of a Family. Oh, man,
Wow.
Carolyn, I just love your show. Tell the kids my best, and tell Barrett that too. If that might be you there, Barrett. But you guys did a great job getting around the, kind of the western half of the United States there and doing a lot of service projects with their kids. Emma, we're so proud of you. Timmy, definitely. Eddie, all of you guys are hot stuff. So
Yes.
Congratulations, all you did to give back.
100%. And for being an inspiration and inspiring us. It's really funny how this community can set forth an event and inspire and spiral. Because Michael and I, when we were at this beautiful lake, you see part of it in the background and you saw it in the video, we did see a lot of garbage. And we thought about Diary of a Family and their service that they're doing. And we thought that they set such a great example. We definitely wanted to follow their lead.
Yeah. And, we did some little things, not on the same scale where we were as organized. But for those of you out there, be sure to see Diary of the Family and take a look at some of the things they've done over the last 30 days in their challenge. And, whether you do something just personally on your own to make the world a little better place, to make somebody a little happier, to do a community service project. Well, in Rotary Club, we have the 5 avenues of service. I won't get into a big, long thing, but one of them is club service. Yes, you do things for whatever your thing is. Maybe it's your RV park. Another one is the community service. And youth service, I mean, hey, those and more, if you can't get to do international service, are all good things we can do to give back to the world, to make it a better place. Right, Grace?
Exactly. And, and as I said, it's like this journey we are all on together. And we have those influence factors. And Michael and I had a really wonderful opportunity with Whoa Nelly, and congratulations to Whoa Nelly. They just made their 1,000 subscribers. So
hey, wait a second here.
Whoa
Way to go.
Nelly RV Adventures, I believe is the full name. So check them out. And when we were together and they said that they wanted to go to Niagara Falls, I said to Lucy, well, if you're going to go to Niagara Falls, you're going to want to go just a little bit further to the Finger Lakes region and go to Watkins Glen. And guess what happened today?
Tell me. Come on.
She saw another video of one of our social media friends, and they had just put up a video regarding Watkins Glen. And I saw a comment on there from Whoa Nelly saying, oh my God, that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, they were kind of concerned whether they could take Luna, their dog. But I would think, Brian, you could probably have carried Luna. Luna's the right size. I think she's a pretty good sport on that kind of thing. But yeah, they're allowed in the park. But, some of these narrow trails, like in California, the state trails are just want to be sure they don't come across other dogs or whatever. So anyway, I know that Luna would have had a good time up in the park in all of that area. Beautiful place.
Definitely.
So Michael Santana's here, by the way. Michael, I think you know this, our special guest that's going to be coming. I think you do. So we'll have him here in just a couple minutes.
I was going to say, do we have time to play another video, or do you want to wait?
We absolutely do. We want that other video coming. Grace has got something special, and then we're going to start it up. So, okay, our special guest will be here in about a minute or two.
Are we ready for that?
Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it, Grace.
Okay, let me go ahead and pull that back up here.
Honey, it looks like we have company.
Oh, yeah.
Look at, who are these dogs?
Wow.
Nice looking dogs, aren't they?
They are. Wow. They look hungry.
They do. Can we remedy that?
Okay.
Okay. Who's first?
Me.
Okay.
Kaliki, show them how it's done.
Barrett, you want to try one? Wait. Sit.
All right. Good job, Barrett.
And here we go.
Bella.
Ready, set, Bella.
All right.
Whoa,
3 and 3.
3 for 3. Good job. And as you can see, I've still got 2 fingers and a thumb left. So, oh yeah, there's some. They don't miss a bite, do they?
No, they don't. And they are beautiful puppies. I agree, Michael Ann, spoiled mama.
And we have, I think his name is Ray. This guy, Van Life, and the Van Life does rock indeed. Welcome down. Good to have you here, Ray Meister. So shall we go ahead and bring up our special guest, or what do you think?
Sure. Is he available?
I do believe so. He is coming in. He knocks at the door, and this is the Lion King and much, much more. Let me disconnect here and go for it. And coming up, it is Mr. Kevin, the No More Organized Chaos.
That hasn't been the case the last couple of days.
We have been busy beavers. Why
What
don't you
happened
put, yeah, you got. I just got you the smaller ones, the lightweight ones this time. So the other ones, you just put that on there, big guy. And I think
they're going to be able to hear me through this mic.
I do believe they can hear. You have better mic than me. You're in control there, Daddy.
Oh, nice with the no mic voice. Here we go. I got to turn the audio up a little bit so I can hear you. Oh, that's a little bit.
This is our audio here. Here's if you want to listen, we can go up there.
Boom. Holy cow. I can barely hear myself. So is that this one here?
I think this one does for both of us. So just kind of crank it up a little bit
okay.
there. Is that better?
I guess I'm just not hearing my own. I'm hearing my own voice fine now. So we're good to go. Hey, what's going on? Sharon Lewis, Claire, Happy Water Girl, Minzy, Redheaded. Not my show, so I can't do this.
You can do this, but you just have to, we got Ray out there, so we got to say, scrolling. So I'm going to go back a little bit. And you see some of your buds back there. Go ahead if you want to call them off. We'll give you a minute.
Yeah, we got Angie Hay. We got Michael Ann. We've got Ray from Van Life Rocks. And happy birthday to Gina. What's going on, my girl? How you doing? Mo Bang's in the house. Good to see
Jimmy.
Tim.
Good to have Tim.
And Diane Phoenix. I'm a huge fan of hers. And I got Ford Man in the house. Kenneth Stokes. Good to see you. One of my favorite people on the planet is Michael Santana. Sharon Lewis, Minzy, Redheaded Check. Hey, and there's you guys, California Travel Videos.
What?
They're in the house.
What?
They're in the house.
How about that? Go figure.
What's going on, everybody? Very good to see you.
Captain Jack, you just got finished with this show. Thanks for coming down and giving the raid, Captain Jack. And we are there nursing our travel bug. Hey there. Welcome. Good to have you here. And into Jay's show. Well, I guess we should first off talking about our bro and what's going on in his life.
I'm tired.
How about he's been rode hard, put away. What?
Wait a second now.
We're not going to go there
This
too
is
much.
a family show.
This is a family
everybody.
show. That's right. So we're keeping it peachy. But no, I think last time you were here, you were kind of got the first phase of getting your rig, the bedding taken care of, the arrangements. How are the dogs liking that arrangement?
Oh gosh, they're in heaven. They've got a full size bed underneath my bed, which is only a twin size bed. So now, if you guys don't think I love my dogs more than myself, come look at the inside of this van.
The dogs have about 4 feet of clearance, and you've got your 6-inch mattress, which gives you about, I don't know, a foot worth,
maybe a foot,
maybe a foot. But he was, so being the Coast Guard, so the Coast Guards guys, they like it that way. They like it. Small spaces. That's
we'll stop right there then, I guess. It's weird what happens past the pier, huh?
Right, with their loose lip sink ships. But I guess you came here for another mission. You were back up in Oregon, and how was your weather up there?
Put it this way: everywhere else in the Pacific Northwest, it was unbelievably hideously hot. And I was actually making plans to go to Central Oregon to visit the caves.
Right.
I looked at the weather before I left, and I had said, okay, it looks like I'm going to Yachats because it's not that hot in Yachats, which is one of my favorite towns. Thank you to Tracy Ocean Fire 77 who put me onto that. One of my favorite towns in the Pacific Northwest. And so I just basically spent, there's a 3-hour stretch between Brookings and Yachats, and I just kept bouncing up and down there for a number of days. Until I got the bad news that your solar panels are extended another 5 weeks into the future.
Wait a second. The word "another" I think has some significance. You did that very well, but how long have you been waiting before you got the another?
So I ordered them around May 20th, and they said they'd be in a week to 10 days. Now 10 days would be January 1st. And now, after it didn't show up on January 10th, we called them up, and they're like, "Oh, it's an extended 2 weeks. We're just back order 2 more weeks, and you'll be good."
No problemo. Just a little couple weeks.
So I called 10 days after that, and they had said, "Congratulations, you have won till August 1st. Nothing coming in the mail."
Nada. No bueno.
So now it's August 1st when they're showing up. So I just said, "Screw it. I'm going to go put these things on the roof without any rail systems." I asked a couple of van lifers and one YouTuber, and they have the same setup I got, and they just drilled them straight into the roof. So I called this guy up and said, "You want a visitor for a couple of days?" And he said, "Always." So
Come on down.
I head down here and got fed really well. I think I'm 10 pounds heavier.
You need it. You need it.
Yeah, right. And so I came down, and the first day that you and I kind of hung out, myself and Grace and you, is we just spent 5 hours just trying to get those things mounted to the roof without even running any power to them.
Yes, we did.
And then today I'm about 75% done of building the whole circuit.
Mm-hmm. The circuit, yes. And you've had, I'm
thinking
sorry,
we
Grace.
should show some of his war wounds.
Oh, that.
Ouch.
Where's the camera?
Band-Aids.
Right here.
So yeah, there you go.
Oh, no, come on.
Not
No,
the bigger
no,
the
no.
cut, is it?
So Mike didn't do his due diligence and
No,
be
I
like,
didn't.
yeah, what you're getting ready to do is it, because how I did this is I took a drill and I tried drilling through a thin piece of metal by holding it, and then the drill went zzz into my finger.
It was a good lesson on torque.
Yeah. It torqued the crap out of my
You
skin.
were torqued.
So Mike didn't do his due diligence, which was to stop me from doing something stupid before I did it. So
I did back away though, and I just gave it, the Our Father and that kind of stuff. So, but it didn't seem to work too much. So, yeah. But as we say in the military, it's just a flesh wound.
yeah, it's just a scrape. It's a scrape. It doesn't hurt. Seriously, it's a little bloody though.
It doesn't kill us, makes us stronger.
Yeah.
So anyway, but no, it's coming along. You should be able to have electricity for a very important thing, Mr. Dometic, right?
Oh yeah, so 3 very important things, but Mr. Dometic is the most important because I had a $20 steak that was given to me, and that steak sat in the refrigerator, and then one day I didn't have enough power, and that steak turned into pudding.
Yeah.
Not the kind of pudding you all want to eat.
Nope. But you get that going, and your other circuits, you'll have a 12-volt bus, I understand, as well as a 5-volt bus for your USB types of things. That's kind of the big plan.
Yep. And be able to run my roof vent fan whenever I want to. But probably one of the most important things, it allows me to be able to charge my laptop while I'm using it via AC power from the inverter. Mm-hmm. And with 100 amp hours of lithium battery, I should be able to do that every day. So I'm back to editing more content instead of one day a week. Now I have the ability to, as long as the sun provides me enough energy, go back to three videos a week and 2 lives.
Wow. We're looking forward to that now, aren't we? So for those who don't know, who are not your fans, which is few, but tell them about what days of the week, what happens on Tuesday, what happens on Saturday.
So on Tuesday we have the Words Are Hard podcast, and that is self-coined because this doesn't work very often, and I talk real fast and I read even faster. So sometimes words sound like this, and that's why we've coined it the Words Are Hard podcast, because I always go, when I mess up, words are hard. And so we decided to change. Yeah, go ahead, Grace.
I have a question for you, Kevin. I was talking earlier regarding our RVs and how so many of us name them. And I don't know, does your van have a name?
It does, and that is because of Sam the Adventure Man. He, for those of you who don't know, he's the one who I gave my old van to, which is in perfect running condition, because he's a diver and he dives in waters with dive gear, and he's been using his old beat up Shelly Malibu for a very long time. And that's not really the best vehicle to take hundreds of pounds of equipment in. And so I was like, here, you're a minimalist too. So would you like a van? And he took the van.
Would that be like a Nomok number uno?
Yeah. So he coined that the Nomok 1. So there's no choice. The second bus is Nomok 2.
Double trouble.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm number 2.
Something like that.
You're living in number 2.
Yeah. And sometimes number 2 happens in number 2.
Ray.
Oh, that's for Ray. That's Ray's domain there. We don't go there.
I learned how to no mock too. Van Ray rocks.
If Ray's still there, how about coming on and joining us this evening?
Yeah, that would be cool, Ray, if you're available. I know that you've got some things
Does
going
he-
down in
does he
SoCal.
YouTube?
I think he's jumped on somebody else's
I'll-
channel. I think
I'll
he
have
has
to
an
subscribe.
intermediary who
Okay.
provides for him.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if he knows
Well,
how to do that
Ray,
technical
if you
stuff.
get a channel, I'll subscribe to you, buddy.
Yeah, that's right. If you could get a channel. I know. Doesn't he have a channel? I think he does something with keto or something like that. I don't know. He's one of these health guys, you know? So his story is sticking to
So overrated. I don't drink, swear, or smoke.
it. Something like
Oh,
Grace,
shoot.
would
I
you
left my
put-
cigarettes at the bar.
that. Right. We won't say the dirty part that goes with it. But do you want to put the link there, Grace?
For Ray to
For
come
coming
on in,
aboard,
is
you know, this is for our StreamYard link to have Ray, Captain Jack, others come on in. We have some room for some fun today. And for those of you who don't know, this is the 3rd of July, except if you are over in that other country, I think it's an island country, Australia. It's probably already 4th of July. Oh, that's right. They don't celebrate it, but happy early 4th of July for all of our friends there. Now, Kevin, we thank you for your military service.
Oh, you're welcome.
and for yours, Michael.
Oh, well, thank you. I did have some, but you know,
I
it's been
heard
that
that
many
you
years
served.
ago. I don't know if it was the Civil War or not so Civil War or where it was, the Revolutionary War, but it was way, way back.
See, I was in the Coast Guard and Mike was in the Steamboat Sea Service.
No, it's
I'm
Army
just messing.
guys. We not that way. Got close, but no cigar.
No, in
So-
fact, Mo Bang not too long ago said that you're not dead. So good job, Sailor Boy.
There's something to be said for
Something
that,
close to
isn't
that.
it?
I kind of paraphrased. I could scroll back, but something similar to that.
Did you get the link up yet, honey?
I sent the link in the chat.
Okay,
Link it
so
like
look
it's
in
hot.
the link in the chat there. So let's see. I've got some items, Grace. I haven't told you about this. I'm going to spring it on you, but I'd like your input. And Kevin has a
Are you gonna
higher
ask me
level
to marry
purview.
you?
You guys are already married.
Man,
I forget.
would that be bigamy if I did?
That would be big of you. Yes, it was.
So here's you go, Grace. This is something I saw just today, came out in rvtravel.com. And it was a story about there are 10 techniques you can use when you live together 24/7. And so, you know, when you're in the RV, sometimes it's a little bit tight quarters. I know never with me, it would never be that way. But I have some items. I'd like to get your input on those. And also our friends out there, maybe you've got some ideas.
Are these items coming into the RV?
No, this is how to get along with your partner, your spouse.
Okay.
I suppose it could even be your dogs. You
It's
know?
just verbiage. They don't take up space.
Correct. Okay, here we go. Number 1, they say personal space. Have your own bit of space, however tiny. You might stake out a certain place to sit in the evening or a place to work on craft or hobbies. Claim a cupboard really, or a bin that's us, we have bins underneath for things you like to do, but never ever go into your spouse's cupboard or stash without permission.
Stash.
Stay out of my
I added that, by the way.
Can I read number 2?
Yeah, we'll get to number 2 in a second, but what do you think, honey? Do you ascribe to that? Now you've got tell them about your rocks.
Well, that's one of my hobbies here, you know, but
Yes.
all hobbies take up a lot of space. And sometimes in the RV, yeah, if you can kind of condense it, like I do beading as well. I've got a hole that I always get things backwards, but right there in the corner is all my beading. So even that takes up space. And can Michael go into that space? Sure, if he's getting me something or putting something he bought me in there.
But I guess turnabout's fair play when you do those sorts of things. So I guess, yeah, I think that's probably a pretty good one, is that you each have to have your own little domain of things that are your sacred space. How about you and the dogs? Do you have
Well,
things
see, my
that are
hobby,
boundaries?
it doesn't really require that much space. And I mean, if you were asking me to pick a hobby and you're in a relationship or you have a significant other in an RV, I highly suggest you pick up air guitars, because you don't really need a whole lot of space for air guitars.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
actually held the world record of air guitars owned About 5 years ago, I had 3,017. A guy just went out and got 3,020. So I don't have the record anymore, but I do have quite a bit of air guitars.
Or,
A lot of them.
or,
Oh, Grace. Yep, boing, boing, boing. Touche, baby.
that's what happens when I play air guitar.
That's right with him. She's
that was
not,
hair guitar. Sorry.
She is not a dizzy blonde, though. She is not that.
She's dizzy now. She's
That's
twirled
right.
her head around. That equilibrium is not equal anymore.
Here we
The
go.
first person I saw do that was a bass player for B.B. King several years ago, but he did it so much better because he was playing the bass as he did it, and he did it so fast. I literally thought his head was going to come off and propel up in the air. It
all
was
about the bass.
amazing.
It is. Hey, by the way, Fiona S says, happy 4th to you all. It's 9:55 here in Australia land. Hey, how about that? Welcome. Tell us what's going on in Australia. We'd be curious to know. And let's see, I thought I saw a couple others, but they're scrolling so quickly. And oh, what's this? Oh, I hear there are mountain lions around. What is going on, Kev?
So I went and did a live stream in Petaluma, and there's rumors that there is a mountain lion running around. It's not. It's just a hand puppet. That's all it is.
It was just a hand puppet this whole time, honey?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Golly, Miss
there
Molly.
is a funny story about that because we
Yes.
have a group in Facebook for our local area called I Love Petaluma, and there's a lot of Gladys Kravises in the group. Not to say anything bad about I Love Petaluma, but nonetheless, all the mountain lion sightings and Nixle reports and all the information has been put there. So the police sent out, I think it was 4:30 this morning, an alert that the mountain lion was back close to the original place it had been seen. And then in the group I Love Petaluma, come to find out later, somebody saw a house cat and reported it. As the
I mean, can you
mountain
believe that? I mean, yeah, it looked like a mountain lion to me. They were about 80 to 150 pounds. They're 8 feet long. Yeah, a cat. Come on, please. A domestic cat.
No, this one
well.
is humongous.
No, I'm talking about the one that the person saw.
Oh, look who's here. I think that I should perhaps do a little introduction.
Wait. Just a second. Okay. First, we got to say, Ms. Ellie, I like the way your name is spelled with a number 3. Beading is wonderful therapy. I love to bead. So that is so cool. So anybody else that's got in here? And thank you, Dee. Yes, she used to live up in Marin County. She's been all over the world. And so, Kevin, what are you drinking there, guy?
I'm just answering Michael Santana's. It's a sweet tea. It's a purely sweet tea.
So
real brewed tree.
Grace, you're saying we have somebody down in the cellar?
Yeah, let's do this. Because he always leaves me in the basement for too long. Let's just leave him down there for the rest of the show.
Ooh.
Well, you know what?
Like that.
Ray's in the basement, people. He can't get up here.
Probably at 8 p.m. Not 8 p.m., but just before, because we're going to do 6 p.m. Sorry.
6 p.m.
We're going to do a raid. I'm living in some other state.
A
2 hours
domain,
later.
yes. Entity.
So we're going to be doing a raid on Gina. And somewhere maybe around 7:45, as many people as we can cram in here, let's do that and sing a birthday song.
I agree. I concur. Now, this guy down in the basement, I don't know, when Kevin said he was going to keep him a couple hours, he gave some kind of some signals, some hand signals. I didn't know he was.
He said 1 minute.
1 minute. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking.
What I'm thinking
It's all see-through, Ray.
in honor of Captain Jack, maybe we cocould do a little bit of a hinting guessing game.
Okay, I guess we could do that. Who do you think might be? It's somebody who is among us, and so we might have tipped it off already, but who do you think is out there?
Any guess?
Evil Knievel.
Evil Knievel could be it. Oh, he's
Oh, I
flashing.
see what he's
It's
got.
a he. He's flashing different beverages.
Apparently his name is Bailey.
Bailey
Bailey.
Bailey.
And
He's
this
Bailey
is-
Kahlua.
Kaluha.
Now you have said it's a he. Does that person have any pets that they travel with?
No pets that are live ones. Now he's got things he strokes,
He's got
but that's a whole nother thing.
He's got a couple pet buckets.
Yes, he has some pet buckets. That is true. You don't have to bring those up.
We have some guesses.
Oh, somebody's got it. Look at that. We've got Ray, Evil Ray. Ooh, Evil Ray. And then Ray. So I think it is time, without further ado. Here he is. Hey, Ray. Howdy.
What's happening, guys? How you guys doing?
What's up, buddy?
You look good. I like that. Your skin tone matches. Is that why you went down to Southern California? Is because it matches your skin tone so well?
Got to work on this tan. You know this.
Look. Yeah.
Ooh, looking good.
Yeah.
Are you in your storage facility?
No, I'm at my family's house.
Oh,
How
that's right.
sweet is that? Yeah.
I got the green screen going. I'm just getting ready for Gina's party. So
I like
It'll
that.
be fun. Yep.
Yeah, show them your drink on the green screen because all you can see is like letters.
Yes.
So I'm
I know,
drinking.
that's always so funny.
I'm drinking some ultra light beer. You can barely see it.
Okay.
It's super
You're,
light.
you're very transparent.
Very transparent. ultra
I see.
light beer.
Pale ale.
Pale ale, Sierra
So
Nevada.
pale, it's clear.
Now, how
It's
much
so
of
clear.
those are you allowed as a keto, a FIDO?
I'm not on keto right now, buddy. But cheers.
Oh, well, I'll drink to that then.
Or the
Okay.
12-step program.
But we sinners, we have to do our confessions. You know, that's the way that goes. But it's not all bad. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
So, Ray, tell about, you've had your son there for a while and what you and the boy did. What you kind of got out in the good old woods?
Yep, we went out to the beach for a couple days. Spent 4 days at the beach with the family. That was really nice. And then we had jet skis. Went to the beach.
Sweet.
Went down to see the sea caves, and it was pretty cool. Spend the day.
Yeah,
with the
speaking
family.
of sea caves, I remember seeing that when you did a live stream down there, and it was like, the water's getting high. I don't know if I can make it. Are you really the real Ray, or are you a brother? Did Ray make it?
Well,
It was a little intense.
it was pretty
People-
intense. It was definitely a lot of fun, and we all made it back safely. So
People were so worried about you. They were texting me to call you because they didn't have your number to see if you made it back
See if it
safe.
Really, yeah.
And of course, I call Ray. No answer.
No.
Oh.
And Ray, on my channel, they were just making bets. So I don't know what the odds I should give.
That's the thing about keto. When you're on a keto diet, you don't float. You need all that extra fat. You're more buoyant.
That's so
Rob
funny.
and Dan say that there are no calories in invisible beer. That is a great point.
That is right. In fact, you look thinner by the beer you have. That's for sure.
So
So
what
let's see.
are your plans for the 4th of July?
Yes.
yeah, so I'm here at family's house. We're just gonna spend time here, barbecue, spend time with family. It's kind of nice because I'm in a house with air conditioning and so relaxing. So just been spending the last few days just relaxing and not doing anything, which is nice.
Well, we definitely
Excellent.
have a lot to celebrate this year. I know it's quite a bit different than it was last year. Yay!
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We
so
really
we-
enjoyed our trip away and meeting people, and even better, being able to have an opportunity to really converse with them. We met some YouTubers when we were at the lake.
Tell us what lake. How do we know about this lake? What are you talking about?
The lake,
The lake.
that's in the background that you see over there by Ray, the blue and the green.
Oh.
That is called Shavers Lake, and we learned about that due to our friend.
Am I pointing the right way? Oh, well, I guess it is this
You
way. Yeah.
always do it backwards. Well, yeah, just do it live. He's next to you, honey. I'm like. Anyways, and we met the Beasley. I think it's Beeesley. The parents were there, and we were discussing the fire that was happening while we were there, and whether or not we were going to have to evacuate. So that was kind of an exciting getaway.
Yeah. So the Beasleys, we have like 1,000 subs. Thank you all for your sub and for being here for this. We're so happy. This Beasley, their kids, young adults, they have 150,000. They're getting about 1 million plus views per each episode. So I said, give us 150 years, so we'll be catching up with them if they don't grow anymore.
Yeah, 150. Well, the parents had told me when I met them that they had 150,000. And a few minutes later, when I brought them up on my channel and subscribed to them, I went back to the parents and said, apparently you haven't been keeping up. It's 167,000 now. And that was
I'm sorry.
You stop paying attention after 100,000.
That's right. After
Yeah,
100,
right.
it's like until you get 1 million, come back when you get up there with Casey Neistat.
And I know this from all my extensive
That's
experience
right.
of being past 100,000.
Some of your
club.
other channels, of course. You just like
your
to have a new channel
has
every year.
grown fast. I mean, if you look at the chart on Social Blade, Kevin just went. Psh.
Oh, yeah.
I started showing my butt.
That's how he did it, Michael.
That's proprietary. You know, I told you we got to capitalize on that. That's got to be in your Patreon or some other damn thing. You got to get to monetize.
You really got to crack down on this.
Hey,
That's right.
speaking
No
of cracks-
freebies.
Speaking of cracks.
Oh, yes.
So Michael, I guess I'm going to have to stop telling you that I'm going to put a quarter in it.
Oh, my God.
Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Cha-ching.
Bad decisions make good stories. So
It's just a credit card reader.
Right. By the way, you're kind of like, you know, we had our big O21 up there in Oregon. And so you've talked about a gathering down there in the San Diego type area, Southern Cal. So what's going on there?
Yeah, so what is that, like 2 weeks ago? We had a little gathering down there at Mission Bay. So we had Tim down there, Mo Bang for Your Bucks. We had Fairy Dust, On Van Life Mode, DIY Overlander joined us. So it was a nice little get-together for 2 days. But this summer, I plan on having some more meetups here pretty soon. And then, of course, in November and January, we'll have some more meetups. And yeah,
For sure,
looking forward to
yeah.
that. Looking forward
Do
to
you
that.
normally have them towards the ocean or inland, or does it matter? I mean, you obviously like to go up there by the mountains when you can too.
Yeah, I think for me, between San Diego and the Alabama Hills, I think those are two great spots for me to host meetups. Yeah.
Now, see, you must own some property there at Alabama Hills. What do you
Right.
sublet it for some Kevins of the world, or how does
Right,
that work?
I should have like stock in that area, right?
Oh,
A
come
little bit of
on.
ownership.
He loves it so much he was going to divorce his family to go hang out with me in the Alabama Hills.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
His words, not mine.
That is true. I did say that.
Wow, yeah, it's the places that we've been are amazing, and I hope that everybody gets an opportunity to explore the nooks and crannies. Michael and I we just talked about nooks and crannies, but these are different nooks and crannies.
This seriously now, Congress,
No,
serious.
your area. It's not always far that you have to go. Sometimes just even exploring your own neighborhood, there's so much that you're not even aware of, so close to you. So just start getting out there and, getting on Instagram and checking for some of the places that people post and make your bucket list. Because I swear, if you write it down that you want to go there, it's going to happen.
Speaking of bucket list, honey, look at this one. Hey, traveling with Nick P. This is so cool. I got to get this. Magnificent Germany DE with Darian. We got to have Darian on our show one of these times. He is so cool, and all of his followers. So he's picking me up at the Atlanta airport in November. I got to tell you, I didn't see the last part until I said it, but when I was in Atlanta one time for a business trip, monkey business, I'm sure, but I had got there a half hour before one of my colleagues from another location. And I was like, well, what are you going to do? And I didn't see a place to sit, but there were the, wheelchairs ones that got the real high back on them. I thought, well, I'm going to sit in there. I'm just kind of curious what, it's like. I've never been in a wheelchair. And I was going around and they didn't see me sitting, but I didn't realize when you're in a wheelchair that people tend to look at you more. Now, maybe they did see me. I didn't think they did, but I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't look so happy or something. So I'm kind of going around, I'm just not looking at them with eye contact. And then Bob, the person I was waiting for, is like, oh my God, Michael, what happened to you? And I said, oh no, I'm fine. I got up out of it. And he freaked out. So
he's just trying to get subscribers.
Yeah, I would not recommend doing that. You will not get the experience that I had hoped for.
Right.
How about you, Ray? Have you ever had any of those incidents?
At the airport like that? No.
No, are you just kind of a clean guy and you just go right down the center of the fairway, never deviate at all?
I just, try to keep it pretty clean, I think.
Bull crap.
Yeah, right.
I hung out with Ray off camera.
That's right. We know the dark side of the force, don't we?
Evil Ray.
He has a camper removable kit, anti-camper kit.
Michael Santana, thank you very
Thank
much
you,
for
Michael.
the super chat. And so he has a question. Do you want to read it, Grace?
Okay, let me go ahead and
Vanna will read the question to us.
If no one has told you that they love you today, let me put that up here. Oh, that's not a question. That's That's so sweet.
Oh,
They're
wow.
learning. They know.
How about that?
They know that if they put 3 Q's in there, it's going to be red. So they're learning.
That's right.
You know.
We thank you for that, Big Michael.
Well,
And
now
he's got-
I see why the words are hard. Oh, speaking of words, isn't there a little skit that you do, Kevin, on yours when there's 38 people in the house but only 20 likes?
I've heard
There is something.
tales of a like spike.
It's a spike. Is that what does that mean? A spike
Means that we go from very little likes to a bunch of likes all at one time.
It bursts with like flavor.
Yes.
Let's show us how that works.
Oh, are you guys wanting a like spike?
Yeah.
Let's do a like spike.
Like spike.
Well, if you're new to the channel and you don't know what a like spike is, I'm getting ready to tell you. What you want to do is you want to get your finger right above that thumbs up button, but don't push it yet because we're all going to do it together. I'm going to count us down from 5. But if you're on a PC or a Mac, you get that mouse cursor right above that thumbs up button, but don't push it yet because we're all going to do it together when I count us down from 5, starting right meow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like spike.
Spike.
That was easy.
And I don't know how many we started with because we can't see it on StreamYard, so somebody's going to have to tell
I
us.
think it's that number there. So,
I think
but that's not the likes.
That's
Excuse
people in
me.
the house. Yeah.
We'll have to go up in this other spot there. We'll get that while we're continuing talking.
Well, what I can do is I can open up your channel on my phone.
Oh,
we
man.
can see if somebody can tell us in chat how much.
Other spot there. We'll get that while we're continuing talking.
Well, what I can do is I can open up your channel on my phone.
Oh,
we
man.
can see if somebody can tell us in chat how much.
Other spot there. We'll get that while we're continuing
Well,
talking.
what I can do is I can open up your channel on my phone.
Oh,
we
man.
can see if somebody can tell us in chat how much.
Keep
Keep going.
I am like so confused. What happened there?
I'm glad that I am the only person who is far from a professional on this planet as a YouTuber. Because now
I've
you guys
got
have
too
either-
many buttons here.
Right? It
Wow.
can be confusing when there's so many buttons. Thank you for that information, Gracie. She's
Aqua
the boss. She's
Adventure
such
is
a
here.
wonderful, supportive person.
Oh, Tracy, dear, you are the best for all of us.
Hi! I gotta find my.
Mwah. Thank you,
I'm not
Tracy.
counting us yet.
Super chat.
Sam just hit 900 or 90,000 subs.
What?
Whoa, 90 big ones. He's going to be looking to Jared and the big AWP is, and he's going to go all the way.
So I don't know how many likes we started with, but we have 34
likes. Thank you for those likes. And thank you very much, Tracy. Can't wait to see you and give you a big hug. And I think I owe you a toddy or something else too there. So
Is it a hot toddy?
I don't know. I think it's hot enough up there where she's at. But
I don't even know what a hot toddy is. Is it a
Oh,
burrito?
we'll have to try that. No, it's
Is it a
not
drink?
that. At dinner time tonight, well, we're going to be at Gina's channel first. I understand there might be some libations for her birthday party. And then after that, we have a place called What a Chicken.
Ooh,
We're gonna
what
take
did you?
Not to be confused with Whataburger.
No. Whoop, whoop.
So I made Kevin his first taste of carnitas.
Yes.
Yeah, Ray, what do you think about that?
I
Carnitas.
love carnitas. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Now,
Ray
do
does
you make them with Coke or do you make them with orange juice or beer?
I don't know. I just usually order it and then they just give it to me.
That's the best way to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my
No, I
Right
secret,
on.
my
No,
secret
I
is
know.
Coca-Cola.
Ooh.
Of course, the
Lucky Dog
Coca-Cola
Production
on
says we
that.
went from
Look at that.
16 to 35.
Wow. Hey, Gracie. Good to have you here, too. And Lucky Dog. Hello, Susie Q. Good to have you here, too. Thin Blue Lane. Hey, Thin Blue Lane. You know, I've been wanting to get you on our show there. And, you know, you are really hot with all the things you've been doing. But I'm hoping you will consider coming on to our show. Ray is he's still alive with it. I don't know. We were trying. Were we soft enough for you? Did we throw you some softballs, Ray, or what do you
That was
think?
great. We had a great time. It was
We
fun.
did. Yeah, you and
Yeah.
Tim.
Tim. yep.
Awesome job.
That was great.
And let's see now, Kevin, you are going to be going back up to the Pacific Northwest. And I do mean west. And I think this guy, I don't mean to get personal, but on the back of your hand, it looks like, is that the whole state? He knows all parts of Oregon. I do
No.
believe.
All I know is I know every inch of the Pacific Northwest coast
Oh, that finger, yes.
and a little
definitely.
bit inland.
And a little bit inland.
Yeah.
You're kind of doing some BLM, Bureau of Land Management type
Yeah,
of thing. Is that
yeah.
what your preference
Yeah,
is these
one of my
days?
favorite spots that I found. I did a video around the middle of May, where I just took a road off of 101. It looked like somebody's driveway, but there was no mailbox. So I'm like, I'm going to take this road. So I went off this road. It ended up being a service or forestry service road, number 58. And I just drove up it. And it was such an awesome find. It was such an awesome lost, because I was lost when I went up there. I had no idea where I was. It was so majestic. All these trees, it's dark, but it's sunshine up top, and there's just mist flowing through these trees, all the moss covered on all these trees, like redwoods and Douglas firs and all kinds of things. And I only got to drive up it maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes, because I had to be back into town to do a live stream that night. Well, I went back.
Yes.
And I went back and drove 4 hours into that Forest Servicery, and I didn't hit it all. And I found a spot. Ray, when you come up here, buddy,
Let's do it.
put it this way. It's all the way at the top of the mountain, and the same way you go up is the same way you come back down. And it's very narrow, and there's an incline, and it's stone road. So your van will definitely handle it. If my van can handle it, yours. But the best
I
part
would
about it
be
is,
freaking out. Hey, isn't there somebody's birthday today?
Gina.
I think there is a Ms. Payne, I do believe it is, the cat lady, the cat
does
woman.
She has cats?
Does anybody have any type of instruments or anything that we might be able to sing? I think
Big maybe, Kevin says.
sing to her in
What's up?
person.
Hey,
What's up?
Happy
What's up?
well,
birthday.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gina.
Oh yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Sup, buttercups?
and many
Good job.
more
Hello,
cats.
I ran out of
señorita.
time. I was Michael got the kids a piano book for the keyboard, and he put stickers on them. So I've been thinking about practicing, and happy birthday is in there, and I probably could have played it about as fast as these guys were singing.
Well, I
Well,
appreciate it. Thank you guys. Sean S. says his birthday was last Sunday. How's it feel to be 21? That's how I feel.
Excellent.
Wow,
Good
that's
answer.
great.
Awesome.
Is it in the water? How's the heat there?
It is not as bad as it has been. It's in the 90s, but I don't know what it is right now. But yeah, it's not that 110. Woo!
That's crazy.
That was hotter than a two-peckered billy goat. That's hot.
Oh, baby doll.
Yeah, and
Mm.
our friends north of the border in Canada, Gina, they were feeling 116, 120.
I
Paula
know.
and
I know.
Daryl and all those guys.
Uh-huh.
I know. It was horrible. But hey, it's better now. It stayed cool in here thanks to that air conditioner.
Oh God!
Amen,
I
sister.
can't even pound them without the air conditioner. And
Yeah.
those poor little kitties too. You got
Oh,
Did you
they were
get the-
happy.
Did you go in the pool some with the kids?
I went swimming with my grandbabies one day, and then I went to the other end of the Applegate River where it's real rapidy and hung out down there and filmed a little bit. But it was so hot driving there, I couldn't hang on to the steering wheel.
Ooh,
It was
seriously.
freaking hot.
Wow.
Jesus, take the wheel.
That's what I was
Right,
singing. That's
Pretty
right.
much. Yeah, you were singing a song.
Yup.
So you ought to go down, maybe in Ray's area down there sometime. Is get down. I know
It's gonna
you're,
be
you're-
hotter down there.
Well,
pretty hot down
you
there.
never know. You might bring it down, or you might take it away. I don't know.
Ray's so hot he makes the earth sizzle.
See, my thing is
that.
when it's hot, I don't want to drive around with the cats because I don't have like air conditioning.
Yes, right.
But so I stay in the shade, and I'm plugged in so I can run this air conditioner this time of year for sure.
Yeah.
What if we got you a gas generator
I have
And-
a generator. I
and you
do.
could leave it?
She
You,
does.
you could leave it on and put the air conditioner on while you're driving.
I don't. Yeah, but you can't. Can you drive with those on? I thought that was illegal.
Well, screw them.
Yeah, right.
What are they going to do?
What are
are
they gonna do? It's my birthday. You can't do nothing.
Yeah,
You get time off on your birthday for
they,
good
they got bigger
behavior.
things. They got bigger things to worry about.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
see
it's
how
like
Maddie
a
Van
fun party.
Halen did it. How Maddie Van Halen did it is how I want to do that. I want to get a one of those black boxes and put on the back, put that in there, and then I probably could, run it while I was driving.
I'm a humble man, so I'm going to go ahead and announce the fact that Maddie's got new solar because he took my advice.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
I seen
that.
him.
I'm very humble.
I seen
So-
that.
Well, I've got a question for our guests here, for the three of them, and but I'm going to let. I think Kevin, you wanted to read number 2 there. So we have these things as like how to get along with other people when you're in the RV. So you try
You
number
just-
2 right there.
You just
A
punch him.
retreat.
A retreat.
The bedroom, or perhaps a corner, can be a retreat for
I would-
whomever is needing a little space. If one of you heads to the bedroom, you can say something to the other, or the other should ask permission to enter. Using the bedroom as a personal space should not, however, interfere with the other's bedtime.
What do you
Or
think
fun
about
time. Or fun time.
that? Gina, you go first. You and the cats. How do you feel about this?
I have no personal space when it comes to these cats, but I have been put on the corner. I don't like being put in a corner.
Nobody likes to be cornered.
Unless it's Mimosa or whatever his name is.
Nobody puts baby in a corner. Ain't that how it went? Yeah.
Speaking of personal space,
Hey, I found something I like more than Jason Momoa.
woo! This guy,
Whoa, wait a second.
Whoa.
iPhone has an
Pinch me.
emoji that you can talk. If you see, I've wasted over half a day playing with that thing.
how
I-
fun! I saw the video. Michael did one right after.
I got to
I'm
call
thinking-
bull crap on that, Gina, because I'm sure that if Jason walked into your house right now and said you could play with me for a full day or your
play with your
emoji,
emoji.
you would
But I
probably
know,
say,
I-
what?
Part of me would hold back because I don't know if my pacemaker could take it. But
That's true too. But there's 24 hours a day. You can do 12 and 12 and see how.
Right.
Well, I got new solar, so I can plug right into you, and we'll keep you up.
there you go. Yeah, we'll just kickstart that sucker.
Well, let's ask Ray. What do you feel about this, Ray? Do you think that bedrooms or should be some kind of a private personal space, or what's your thoughts on this?
Well, I like to keep things in the closet. So if there's something that's sacred, or
That means
Oh,
that
wow.
means he's got whips and chains in his closet in the van.
I keep that kind of stuff in the closet, you know.
Man,
The closet's
are you
off
sure that was a
limits.
light beer you're drinking?
What you guys
Ultra-
don't know is
ultralight.
that there is a very popular company on the internet right now that emailed Ray when I was with him in the Alabama hills, wanting them to sponsor his product, and he said, "Sure, but mail me out some things that I can show." And they gave him a life-size blow-up doll of Evil Ray.
Oh, of the evil Ray.
Make a long story short, he's not going to sponsor them. It
No.
didn't come out right.
Didn't.
No.
It was
I
just
got
nasty-
asked to
nasty day.
sponsor somebody that makes fake money. I thought that was movie money is what they called it. Movie money. I was thinking,
Movie
what?
money.
Yeah. They said if you'll do a video on it, we'll send you like a bunch of money.
And
I'm
something
thinking-
to consider.
No.
No.
That's a little Bitcoin.
A little Bitcoin. Yeah, well said.
I like that Gina Tracy says that Momoa could start you back up again.
Yeah. Kickstart me.
Kickstart
Yeah.
you.
Kickstart my heart, as Motley Crue says.
Yeah,
What Lisa Bonet, I don't know how much she would like that idea.
Ooh,
I would just tell her I don't want your boyfriend like that. I just want to look at him.
No,
He got to
that's
stand
right.
at the foot of the bed.
Yeah, just eye candy. We'll just watch.
It's all good.
So, Kevin, what do you think about this number 2 as far as a retreat, a special place with you and the dogs or whomever? I mean, what's your thinking on this?
Which one?
Number 2 there, the retreat of a place when you need to have your own space. How
Yeah,
about you and Bella and
that's
Barrett?
For us, they just do what I tell them. If I put them outside
wow.
on the chains, they love it more than anything. But I love them so much. I don't want any personal space for them.
I like
I just-
people that do what I tell them.
Oh, that.
I even told Mike today. I went to the hardware store 3 times in the last 2 days, and the first time he took me out to a hardware store, and I had said to him, "This has been the longest I've been away from my dog since I
That is true.
retired."
Yeah.
And
That
because
is
we
true.
were gone for 45 minutes
Yes,
to an hour, and I was
an
like,
hour.
I haven't
Yeah,
been
he
I haven't
was-
been away from them for
He
more
starts getting a little twitchy like this.
than- I started barking.
Yeah.
But he's got like this special phone or something like that where he keeps in contact with him. So that's cool.
Yeah, my dogs have their own iPhone.
When I go to town, if I borrow somebody's car and go to town, I don't want to take the van. I come back and I get the eye, all 5 of them up front when I drive up in the driveway. There she is. You're done. You're
No,
done.
Pat,
The eyes have it.
totally know what time it is.
And then, they know how to honk the horn, and that is a problem. That has become a problem because they think 3 a.m. is great to honk the horn.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
Were we going to talk about Angie's comments? Angie. Sticks and stones
Angie.
may break my bones.
Like my heart.
My heart.
But whips
The
and
whips
chains.
and chains excite me. Yeah, we were, in fact, just on this note, Kevin, when you gave us the idea to go up to Shaver Lake, it was like, oh, that is cool. And when we got up to like about 4,000 feet, you know how they have the 4 lanes until you get to where the 2-lane stretch is? And it says, you must always carry chains. And I thought, well, Grace prefers leather, but chains, I don't know. So
yeah,
but,
I actually
what did you bring?
I got a ticket because what that means, when I drove up there, I got pulled over by a statey, and I'm like, what are you pulling me over for? And he's like, didn't you see the sign back there? Is that you must have chains. And if you're not married, you don't have a ball and chain. So I got a ticket for being single.
For a single man.
Was that at Shaver Lake?
Shaver Lake is
yeah,
where
that was on the way to Shaver
They
Lake.
shaved
Yeah,
him a
because
little
Shaver
bit.
Lake literally has signs on the road that say you must carry chains at all
They do.
times.
Mhm.
Chain.
Well, I think that if a cop came in and looked in my van, he finds zip ties, bungee cords, duct tapes. I think I'm going to get in trouble for something else.
Yeah, and that's just your Catholic schoolgirl kid.
That's
That's,
right.
Right,
all that
and
is.
I don't. I'm always worried about that. I'm like, oh,
When you get
Lord.
the Velcro and some of the, let's see, you got the Reflectix. That's a nice addition. But tell us, do you have any Eterna Bond?
I have JB Weld.
JB Weld. I rest my case.
Do you have chains for your house, Gina?
No, if I have
No.
to chain it up, I'm pulling over and parking.
She
Is
just
that-
stays.
Is that a
I
dually in the back?
was a truck driver, and that's what they told me. If you got to chain up, pull over and park. I don't care.
And I think you do have dualies in the back too, don't you?
I do.
Yeah,
She
so
does,
you
yeah.
don't need them. You're
Yeah.
good. And you're Gina.
And you're
And
good to
I'm
go.
Gina.
Gina, so she's so strong, she doesn't do push-ups. She pushes the earth down.
And I got guys beating down my door all the time to get out of here. Shit.
You head them up, move them out.
Because you got AC.
Okay, I'm gonna do number 3. Number 3.
I'm gonna
to
drop
get along
down
with
real
yours.
quick, guys.
Oh,
So-
you gotta go. Ray,
Yeah,
thanks
bye,
for
Ray.
coming.
You coming back?
Love you, bro.
I'll see you
We'll
guys
see you
tonight.
later at Gina's, right?
I'll see you at Gina's.
Okay.
Good seeing you.
look
See you
forward to
there.
it.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Peace,
you for
bro.
having me. Yep.
You bet.
Bye, Ray.
Number
ya.
3, different bedtimes. One spouse may already stay up a little later or wake up a little earlier. This gives the other a little alone time. Grace, you can address this one.
Well, I literally the other morning, I got up like at 5:30, and I walked by Michael's office and said, shouldn't you go to bed now? And he literally went to bed when I got up. We literally sometimes sleep in shifts.
That did happen not that many days ago.
He also fell asleep at his computer yesterday.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he
But-
does.
So here's me yesterday, Grace. We'll take a look at yours. It says I fell asleep at the computer, sadly, at 10, and but then I woke up at like 5:30. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purples. Oh my God, it's seeing through. But at any rate, if you look at the top of the graph there,
Please,
I was
honey
just
child.
okay.
Hi,
How about
child.
you, honey? Let's
Uh,
take a look at yours. Tell
okay,
us about
well-
where you slept, huh?
Well, first of all, how many purple do you have?
5, I
Where-
guess.
What are you
Bad.
talking about?
That's kind of like for little babies.
Purple, for you guys don't know, means deep sleep.
Deep sleep. Look at, she racked up about 8 right away when she went to sleep. She was in deep sleep.
What you guys don't know is right before that, we could not find the bottle of tequila anywhere that we just bought.
That's right. It's like- and that is bad when you get to that point. No wonder she slept so well.
It was actually whiskey in those margaritas.
I have
But,
honey
yeah.
whiskey and red canned beer
Yeah,
Ooh.
honey whiskey for Gina every time.
every time.
Can't go wrong.
I'll take
Every
scotch.
And
Yes.
yes, scotch for our young lad here.
So yeah,
take
on
some
that
scotch.
personal space, I found some. I wanted some fresh air. So I took my warm blankie that Michael got me for Christmas. It has a rose on it, and I went out to the backyard. And I did tell you before I went that I was going to go lay down in the hammock for a little while, and that's where you saw those 8 solid bars. Was sleeping outside in the hammock.
Mm-hmm. She was like a baby. By the way, thanks for coming again. Love to see you again there, Tracy. So have a great day and a good weekend and a fun 4th of July out there.
It's Happy Water Girl who left.
Oh, I thought also. Oh, they're
So-
they're falling like flies. I see.
So you need-
Lucky Dog was talking about
you need a co-host.
They were
Tracy
here
there,
for
too.
Ray. It was all about Ray.
It was that.
He was
right.
so
He
upset that I
was
gave up the
so-
secret about the personal blow up doll that he had of himself. That
No, he just couldn't quite handle it, could it? It wasn't.
see ya.
It was embarrassment, though.
There
It
is
was
a
like he's
company
just
that makes dolls like that, like lifelike dolls.
Oh,
What?
I am. Since Ray's not in here and he's probably not watching anymore, we need to all get together and go buy him one of those dolls and give him like a little black hat with a blue heart on it and a black tank top, and we'll stick it in his driver's seat of his van when he's out hiking. When he comes
I
back.
mean, these are real, like life size dolls.
Let's do it.
the real deal, huh?
They cost like $8,000.
Oh
Okay,
my
that's not bad.
gosh!
Well, paper
In
mache.
fact,
It's
on
like
that
$8.
note, I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
I seen them on an HBO show. It was something like Confessions of a Taxi Cab Driver or something. But yeah, they're quite expensive. But oh my God, they look real. Can you imagine working at the factory? What do you do for a living? Well, never mind. I ain't gonna tell you.
No,
You know.
that's right. You would do assemblies, don't you?
Yeah,
I'm on the D cup line.
I
I used to be on C cup, but my wrist started to hurt.
Come on, family, adult family.
I'm on the
Oh,
D line.
gosh. But it is interesting,
I worked at
the
UPS.
different-
There was a D line at UPS. There's
worked
Oh,
at
you
an
did? I
alternator
didn't
starter
realize you were at
factory, and there
UPS.
was a C line. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, you know.
Yeah, you guys can't get mad at me. She started off a very long joke about naked people on a beach.
There was that.
Donuts.
Yeah. I'm going to go to number 4, the marriage saver. Whoever watches TV alone should use headphones. Same goes for music
Nah.
unless both people want to listen. When one partner wears headphone, both feel a sense of privacy. I don't know. I don't think Grace and I usually have that much problem with that. Do you guys, as far as your pets or anything else when you're around other people, is that an issue normally?
I put my headphones on if I'm stealth camping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
That's a
just
good
get
idea.
louder when I put my headphones on.
You do, don't you? Yes. What's going to happen at your birthday party? Are we going to kind of crank up the volume just a little
I
bit?
don't know. I figure everybody's just going to come up and make a drink, or everybody hang out at the.
Nice.
I got a link and come up and make a drink and hang out for a little bit. We'll just. I can't drink what y'all are making, but I can drink what I got. So we'll
You
just hang
sure
out.
can. Have a good time.
Yeah.
So have you bought yourself anything for your birthday presents on Amazon? Anything special for yourself, or anything you want that you don't have?
No. Nope.
Good.
Nope. I just
That's
found that
nice.
new toy on the phone. That made me very happy.
And it's so funny because as soon as Gina did that, I thought, I've never really got. I remember when they first came out on the iPhone with emojis, or something they call memojis. It's like a mimosa is why Gina likes it. But so I kind of like, as soon as you got that was so cool. I've got to see if I can do that. So you do the first thing.
And what I did was, you'll see it tonight on my show if you get there in the beginning. I sing a song with the emoji, and I'll have to delete it after the live, but it's Back in Black by AC/DC, and my emoji singing it is so good.
That is awesome. Now you're hooked, aren't you?
Or no, not Back in Black. It's my theme song, "You May Be Right" by Billy Joel.
Yeah.
And I play
Billy
that on
Joel. Awesome.
And
Awesome,
I
baby.
did a Back in Black on Facebook with it. Everybody's like, "How'd you do that?" I just found this today. And meant to be RV and Teresa. I bet she got 50 messages from me singing songs. And you can be the other emojis too. I was the poop head too. The little poop. I said,
Yeah,
"Did you
exactly.
Did
That
you
poop
just
head
call
one?
me a poop head?"
Wow, like that,
Crappy,
really?
Crappy app.
Yeah, and then the dragon one, I go, meant to be. I would be a great tattoo. And send that to her
What time are you going live, Gina?
right after the show.
Okay,
Oh,
so
look at
I'm
this.
gonna bounce out of here to go work on my solar. I got just a little bit more to do, and the reason why I got to do this. Oh, thank you very much,
Okay.
Grace. On fire tonight.
Grace
little-
under fire
a little
tonight.
pretty.
I have to get
Happy
off here
Fourth,
and get ready
everybody.
for my
Ooh.
show too, guys.
Happy
Yes,
birthday,
you do,
Gina.
We
Thank
will
you.
see you there.
So
I
I'm
will
gonna
see you
bounce out
guys
of here.
tonight.
And
Okay,
Kevin's
bye.
got to get out of here
I'm
too.
gonna come back
I'm
for a
gonna be
little bit
all
for Gina's
lonely,
stream.
But you guys sang and say hi to Daryl. I see Daryl's there from Bad City
Yeah.
Adventure.
So
up
I got to
there.
go finish the solar out real quick because we're going to dinner later. I want to say hi to Gina on her stream and come in there. And I've got so much work to do. I got to get it done. But I love every single one of you guys. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon.
Okay. Thanks, Kevin. I'll
Woo!
see you upstairs.
It's
and,
warm down here.
Yes, it is. Enjoy the toddy, and we'll see you in a bit.
Wait, Kevin,
And,
Kevin,
Yeah.
I see your butt.
Oh my
See your
gosh!
butt.
Do not, Grace. Do not look that way. Shame on you, darling.
I see
Shame
your
on
butt.
you. There it is. You see it. Turn the other cheek. Oh gosh. Okay, so here we go. So next up, Grace, let's take a look at what we need to do to try to be. What would be the right word? Is in a maternal mode. Are you ready for number 7?
7 already? I thought we were only on like 4.
Let's see. Oh, there is. Now I'm hearing a little feedback, baby doll.
Oh, well, let me close my door.
Okay.
Get out of here, Kevin.
Okay. Now, I think that helped. Yeah. So
Okay,
solo activities. Do some activities by yourself. You may be traveling in close quarters, but it doesn't mean you have to be joined at the hip for everything you do. Walking, biking, walking a dog. That's what I do. Things when things aren't going well. Shopping, rig maintenance can be done alone. Go to a movie by yourself. How about us? How do you feel about that one?
We've done all of those things, solo and together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that we're the type that are joined together at the hips. I definitely don't call him when I go to the store because I miss him. Well, sometimes.
But I mean, sometimes we're in the crunch mode, and so it's like, okay, want to get a YouTube video out. So Grace will go to bed when she's given me the things she needs, and then I just try to keep it kind of quiet, put the headphones on, and I'll work the night shift or something like that. And then you get up early in the morning, have your coffee, do your word for friends, and is that kind of sum up how we manage that?
That does. And if anybody would like to join us and talk about how you get along in the RV or how you get along even in your house with your significant other or your pets or family, feel free. I'm going to put the link.
Grace will put the link again. So yeah, we'd love to have some more company. Or tell us if you want to just speak about your plans 4th of July. I don't know if you're hanging out locally or things where you'd like to go next. Redheaded, I know that Kevin had some things he wanted to talk to you about Colorado, but he had to go finish up stuff because before you know it, it's going to be getting darkness here. Although I think we can do most of it now in the house or in his RV. So we've got a couple more hours to go.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
got
If anybody else
about
wants to
3
come
more
aboard, welcome up. So Grace has got a link down there. And Echo's gone. Thank you, Sue, for giving that. I guess we had the door open. So I'm here in like the boys' bedroom. Grace is in the girls' bedroom down next to us.
I'm in my office and you're in your office.
I'm in my office. Excuse moi.
My space.
Yeah, we do have our space for sure. And that's worked out quite well for us.
Space?
Mm-hmm.
It's a reference to Dirty Dancing, honey.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, number 6. Go off for a day of your own. One of the founders for the Escapees RV Club, I guess put this, Kate Peterson, said when she was feeling the need to have space, she would tell her husband, I need a K day. She might go to the library or walk around the mall or something on her own. Didn't need to involve spending money. What? But just some time away.
Her name was
invariably
Kay, right?
renewing things to share. How about that? Do you like to kind of sometimes, I don't see you as going to the mall that much by yourself when we're out RVing, do you?
That's a grocery store.
Okay, well, I think Kenny's got some thoughts on this. Let's get him aboard. Kenny, we're going to bring you up. Are you ready? Give us a thumbs up when you're ready to come. And he's giving a thumbs up. Here he comes. Hey, Kenny, how's Mr. Fordman doing?
Happy
Doing all right,
4th of
but
July
still.
weekend.
You
Welcome.
too?
Thank you. Good to have you.
Exciting plans?
No, just sticking around here at the house. Gonna hopefully maybe go out and go and buy a new recliner tomorrow. Grand Home Furnishings got a sale this weekend, so gonna go hit up on that sale.
Will it replace the one you've got now?
Yes, it will, because this one's seen better days. The stuffing is coming out of the arms of the chair and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know, though. If you get one that's even more comfortable, won't that mean you'll be more like in time to like?
after that interview this morning with Quaymare, as most of you know, I was probably I was being interviewed by Quaymare from the UK,
Mm-hmm.
and at 10:30 this morning, and it wasn't long after that I actually fell asleep, and I've been asleep all day.
Oh no.
I slept until about 7 o'clock.
Welcome to my club there. Yeah, I'm the same way sometimes. You know, but you know, for me, it's like I'm normally my chair isn't reclined as much as yours. So, you know, the neck goes down, you wake up, it's like, oh, it's a little stiff for a little while. You know, I'm thinking what we ought to do for you, Kenny, is like get you some prescription glasses that are reflective. And then when you're sitting back in your chair, you know, you'll just be kind of looking like, you know, when a person just listens to others, they're learning a lot because, you know, they're thinking, and you will look like, oh God, this guy's got a 250 IQ and he's just taking, and nobody will know whether you're awake or not with your like reflective glasses. What do you think?
That's a good idea.
I don't know about that now.
Yeah, we can definitely help you out with that. Yeah, I do see Michael though when he's in his office, and he always says that I startle him, that I scare him because I sneak up on him. But you know, I'm like, Michael, and I open the door, and Michael,
huh?
Yeah.
So that's how he gets startled.
Guilty as charged. Yes.
So I guess I'm not respecting your space at that time. Is that correct?
I don't know. I guess it's just when you come in, if you have that sharp Michael, it's like it's kind of like it's a little more.
Michael.
I'm not sure if it means like the neighborhood's on fire or what it means. Is that mountain lion gotten into our house already? Well, here about number 9, it says recognize, and this for you too, Kenny. Recognize when you are feeling stressed. Packing up and changing locations every day can oftentimes be stressful. Well, okay, in your case, not. You don't travel every day. Schedule to have some time to putter around and rest for relaxing. Now, Kenny, in your case, you were studying up for your finals and to get your mechanics certification. But did you find that some days you were more exuberant and wanting to kind of just buckle down and learn a lot, get ready for tests? Or did you have some days where you could say, I need to kind of kick back and just take life a little slower? What's your strategy?
I actually found that it was kind of it was kind of stressful at times, but
yes.
then I realized, you know, that if I didn't push myself, then I wouldn't be able to get to where I am right now. So
that is so beautifully said, isn't it? Is because I get it. Is that, you know, I talked to Grace about the C to P ratio, the C to consumer. And if I'm spending a lot of time learning, just kind of putzing around, researching, whatever, and I don't do enough producing, then, you know, I don't feel like my life is in balance. But if you do too much of the time on the producing, or in other words, for RVers, if you're traveling every day and always doing some people that energizes them fine, but oftentimes we need it. Now there's somebody that's waiting here in the green room down, is ready to come in.
Well,
a wonderful person, and we can't wait to have her come up. We'll have her come up in a minute, but I would like to hear her thoughts about it, because she's had like a life like Grace, where, you know, raising a lot of kids and doing all kinds of stuff to kind of keep life in order. And here she is. Up there is Red-headed. Hi, Red. Welcome.
Hey, Kenneth.
Yeah, there's life after raising children for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
It's our
goodness.
turn, right?
Yes, exactly. I got COVID.
But I mean, here it is. Red, you're, you know, a single mommy out on the road. And so, you know, there's stuff with your RV that happens. And then, you know, where am I going to stay now? It's not like you ask somebody else. It's like, I can say, Grace, you get on All Stays or whatever, and figure out where we're going to go tonight. And I'll just kind of keep driving. I mean, you've got, even when you're by yourself, you have quite a bit of stuff. So how do you cope with that?
I've honestly been kind of overwhelmed lately, and I didn't arrange for the place to stay when I went to Denver, and I I wasn't thinking, and it's crazy busy in Colorado in June.
Oh, I
So I
Yeah.
couldn't stay where I wanted to stay. So I was in a RV park sort of in the ghetto. And yeah. And now I'm by a lake in New Mexico.
Oh, you're in New Mexico
Beautiful.
today.
Are you
I'm in New
boondocking?
Mexico today. I am.
Nice. The best.
And
You
it's
know, it's amazing.
$8 a night.
How much?
That is
$8 a night.
See, you know, when
Woohoo.
we first started talking about this whole boondocking thing, I was not a big fan of the idea. I thought,
Yeah.
you know, we're going to run into all these undesirable people, and I got all hung up and nervous. And I got to tell you, I am a completely reformed person on that. It's so nice to really be out in nature and not, you know, neck and neck with other people who are in RV parks right next to you.
Yeah, there's people here, but there's a lot of space. So, and I'm right on the lake, and I actually have better service here than I did in the city of Denver in the
Wow.
ghetto. And I had run out of hotspot minutes on my phone.
That
And
is so
then-
funny because, you know, we
Yeah,
oftentimes
it
go by
is.
what's the most beautiful or the most greatest temperature. But when you're a YouTuber, you're interested about how many bars of service, how many megabits per second do I have, right? It's very important for us.
Yeah.
So
What
you
part of
were
the
in
state is that in?
I'm in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Las Vegas. They have a Las Vegas? That's like saying
Las
San
Vegas,
Francisco,
New
Texas.
Mexico. And
Man.
the temperature has been great. And I'm supposed to go down to Arizona. And it's like 105
Yeah.
YD and like
Yeah.
114 at Lake Havasu where Dan is.
Right.
So I don't know, but I think I'm still gonna go.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess that Dee is looking forward to getting to the Grand Canyon or, you know, out by Sedona or places like that. And some of them are, you know, obviously kind of busy this time of year until you get to September, later August when kids get back to school. But yeah, there are parts of the state, and just like where you're at, I don't know if you've heard of Taos, Taos, but it is kind of, oh, there we go. It's a resort area in New Mexico. It's up in the high altitudes, but yeah, there are places that, you know, where you can get good cell reception and also still have comfortable climates. So, but it's interesting. It's like, it reminds me of Eric, Nomadic Fanatic. He says, I always chase 70 degrees,
Yeah.
which means being by water or being by, you know,
know.
in the warm time of year, being where it's a little higher altitude, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah, it was pretty cool in
if
Denver.
you go to Havasu, you've got a beautiful lake to jump into.
True. If
Yeah,
you
that's
can
what I
spend
said.
time in
I'm
the
gonna
water.
go in the lake. Dan is funny. It's like I guess he doesn't want me to come. He just keeps on talking about how hot it is, and
Yeah.
Dee wanted to take the boat out on the 4th of July, and I don't know.
We love
And,
Lake Havasu when it gets to be like November through
January.
February. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been there. I haven't.
Have you been
there,
to
so-
Flagstaff, Arizona?
I was gonna go to Flagstaff. That's another
You'll
thing that
love it.
happened. Oh yeah, I've been there. My niece was living there, but she just moved. So I was going to Flagstaff before I went down to see Dee, but now my my niece has already moved up to Idaho this last weekend, so I missed her.
You know, if you and Kevin, Nomoc Experience, decide to have a contest on who gets most miles on their RV this year, I'm not sure who I should take.
Well, he switched vehicles, so
That's
I put
true. So he had to
6,000 miles on
reinitialize.
it.
Yes.
It turned over to 80,000 miles.
Wow. That's quite a bit
How
since
many-
the last
how many
time I've
miles have
seen you.
put? How many miles?
Since November, since I left in November, I put 6,000 miles on it.
Oh, that's
Good for
not
you.
too bad. That's
That
not
is
too
good.
bad.
That's a good amount. You know, here's the thing is that
Not
when
too bad.
people have whatever RV they have, is that, you know, you can say, well, you know, it costs a lot for the gas. It costs a lot for maintenance, more maintenance you have to do. it costs a lot for places to stay and so on and so forth. But then if you just let it sit there, if it depreciates, it's like, well, what's up with that? So I think in a way it's good that you are getting good usage out of it. As long as you change the oil, and you seem to do a really conscientious thing for taking care of your rig, is that
I need to change the
that's
oil
good.
right now.
Okay.
So I had a mishap. I had a scary mishap the other day, and the gas was leaking when I was driving. And so I finally got RV tech came out here this morning and looked at it.
The
And
fuel,
he sprayed
gasoline fuel.
the propane.
Oh, okay.
My
Oh, the
propane.
propane. Oh, that's serious.
Propane. Yeah, I was driving and I put my windows down, and it was a good thing I did, because then it was like moving the air around and it was leaking out somehow in the back. But he didn't find a leak. He didn't find a leak, but he
it stopped
checked
leaking?
everything.
And then it stopped leaking?
I turned it off. I turned the gas off, and then it was off. And I had all the windows open. I tried to get a hotel because I was like, I can't sleep in here because it smelled like propane. And but the hotel was full. And then I found this place, and I came here, but I opened up all the windows, and I was talking to Troy. I was texting Troy and texting
Yes,
Dan.
Troy is really knowledgeable.
Yeah. And then I started calling places, since I have such good reception here. I was like, okay, let me find. So I found this guy, Two Bears RV service and mobile RV service, and he said he would come down. He was up near Santa Fe, and he came this morning. My sensors aren't going off. When
unusual, yeah,
right.
You would think so.
Yeah, my sensors did not go off.
Go off every time I cook.
Really? Wow. So I think I need to get a new
deal on our
sensor.
unit is we don't have like a exhaust fan that is for the cooking. So the only place that the exhaust from the butane burners can go is out the Fantastic fan. We had a regular fan. We replaced with a Fantastic. So we try to keep that flowing. There's of course the smoke detector, and then down low where carbon monoxide goes. It's down low, but I think we're talking propane, butane. It normally floats up. So, one of the things is that if you are sure that your valves are turned off, I mean, that's something you think, well, don't I always turn them off? But sometimes they don't always get off all the way, right?
You know what, Michael? My first time boondocking was in the Alabama hills with Kevin and Ray that you just had up here. And I made them breakfast. And that was like the first or second time I'd used my stove. Mm-hmm. And I left that on. And
it can
thankfully,
happen.
Thankfully I didn't kill myself. And then I had Brussels sprouts, and I thought it was Brussels sprouts smell. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that is gas. And yeah.
A little different. I mean, they both smell gassy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it does smell like Brussels sprouts. It does. My son was making fun of me. He's like, "What, Mom?" But yeah.
Kevin's. What's that, Grace?
Kenneth made a very good point talking about that maintenance is the key.
I was just going to say what Kenny had.
Cars, trucks, if you want them to last long, and that's 100% true. I mean, an ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure whenever possible.
Yeah, and I still need I still need to get my oil changed. It's time for me to get my oil changed. Are you going to be able
to change oil on Red's RV when she gets out there?
If I was closer.
Yeah, if you get to Tennessee area. So how many miles would you suggest normally? Like, let's say that, an average RVer that, not doing only hills, not doing only dusty, not doing only hot, but just average, would you say 5,000 miles, or how many miles would you recommend, Kenny?
I would probably say about every anywhere between 3 to 5,000 miles.
3 to 5. So if it's hotter or more mountainous or more dusty, then they would do it even a little more often, I take it.
Yeah, it's been 6,000 miles.
Yeah.
So I got it
You're-
changed in November before I left Illinois in it. And it sat for a month when I was in my brother's house for a month, and we thought there was something wrong with my electrical. And I was in my brother's house for a month after my sister-in-law passed away. And then I went to I got it fixed, and there wasn't anything wrong with my electrical. And I went to Illinois and was at my friend's house for a month too. That's where my home base is, where my address is. And so it's sat for like 3 months. I haven't been traveling like nonstop really.
I think you're okay, but it's once it gets to 5, like Kenny says, if it's 6,000 miles, just be sure you at least take the dipstick out every once in a while, make sure that the oil isn't low, but you're to the point, like you said, it's to do it when you can.
I need to get it oil changed now. I was trying, there were all these things I was going to get done in Denver, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, that is the way
That's life happens.
And so then places you call are like, okay, bring it in. We'll, get to it when we get to it. Where our appointments are 2 weeks out, and I'm like, I live in it. No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be at my friend's house in Illinois for August. So when I'm there, I need to get some things done. I had hail. I had it's like everywhere I go, I have something.
Wow.
So in Colorado, it was the hail, and it damaged my vents and my skylight over the shower.
Oh my God, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really crazy hail.
No, there's nothing you can do to prepare for that. I guess some people might have a tarp or whatever, but trying to put it out in the hail's hitting you when the storm is there, it's like that's not practical.
Yeah, I put the video on my, so I'm putting up my unedited video still. So the video's up on my channel. And somebody said a metal vent would be better, would work better.
Yeah, I guess it would if you were going to, most people don't expect hailstorms, but I've seen one with this microstorms, or whatever they call them, up in Minnesota, where I come from. And it actually was, the size of bigger than golf balls, more like a softball. And it was just breaking the windows and everything. It's very freak, of course. You can't prepare for those things. But yeah, it's, I can remember landing in a plane in Denver, Colorado. And they get these microstorms, and the temperature drops 30 or 40 degrees where they have these small storms, and all of a sudden the planes, rather than 150, it drops to 100 miles an hour, and it starts to want to fall out of the sky. So they can't even land it until the storm goes. So Denver is kind of noted for having some unusual conditions. So
yeah, and if I had been, I don't think it even it didn't hail at my son's apartment. And it didn't hail at Cherry Creek. The guy in the RV next to me was from Washington State, and he said he was over at the Cherry Creek State Park where I wanted to stay, but it was already filled up, and I didn't plan it ahead.
Yeah.
But now I'm probably going to go back to Denver for Thanksgiving, so I'm going to book my Cherry Creek State Park.
I mean, we're living in a time period that booking is probably mandated in a lot of areas. Just as an FYI, when you get to Lake Havasu, you may or may not have the information, but there's something there called the London Bridge that you might have heard about. London Bridge is falling down. And guess what? That is the London Bridge.
it was moved from England to Lake Havasu.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
It was?
Original
Oh my
bridge.
goodness.
The
Yeah.
whole bridge.
So
Yeah.
because I've known that song since I was a child. So I was completely enthusiastic about seeing the real London Bridge.
As you go across it to a large island that on the other side of the bridge, on the right-hand side, Grace and I, we took a bike ride about 10 miles from the fairgrounds out to that area. And there's a wonderful Mexican restaurant that you must try if you get a chance. In January, we loved it because they have the annual hot air balloon expose. It's a wonderful city. And Grace says, I'd like to live there half of the year because they have these garages that are 20 feet high where you can just pull your RV in there. And Kevin, or I should say, Kenny, you would love it there. You would have so much room to work on vehicles.
Totally. It's like a mechanic's dream. You could even get a
mechanic's
lift.
dream.
Yeah, you could even get a lift. So we've got about 30 seconds before
30 seconds to do the raid, yeah.
And we normally end our show with happy trails, but we're going to end that a little differently. I think everybody's familiar with the
Yes.
So that's how we're going to go out. Is everybody ready? Thumbs up.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
To you.
Happy birthday, dear Gina.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to you.
you.
Thank you all for being here. Happy trails. Peace out. Until we see you again. Have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July. Adios. Bye-bye.
Happy 4th of
Bye.
July. Thank